flashing on your screens, we understand Jignesh Shah has been arrested, and that's in the MCX-SX SEBI case. Manisha Gupta is joining us with the details. Manisha.
Well, thank you so much for that, Willie, as that's the latest coming in on your screens. Remember, all this time, Jignesh Shah rather, has been facing the issues because of the NSCL scam. But this is a very old FIR that has come back into his life, and this is about the MCX-SX SEBI case. Well, remember, MCX-SX had gotten registration, and this is a long-drawn case. There were issues about the registration there, and that is also a case where some big names as well were involved. Remember, we did tell you during the day as well on how CBI was conducting raids in MCX-SX, perhaps MCX as well, and FTIL too. And they had taken Jignesh Shah to the CBI headquarters for further questioning. And the latest, of course, is coming in that CBI was probing this case and they have taken Jignesh Shah's custody or have arrested him. We, of course, are awaiting for more details onto that one. In the meanwhile, there have been more statements coming in from FTIL itself that they were conducting search in connection to FIR number RC068201. Remember, this was relating to recognition granted by SEBI to MCX-SX. We also are joined by Satish Maneshinde, who's criminal lawyer with us, and he joins us on a phone line. Mr. Maneshinde, hi. Thank you for joining us. From what I remember, this was a very old case, but has been still being into the probing of it. What really do you think led to this latest development here?
You see, at some time I was involved with the litigation where NSC and MCS were, in court on a number of occasions in connection with the registration of MCX on the stock market. And in those cases, there are a lot of allegations and counter-allegations being made against each other. And ultimately, law seems to have caught up with Jignesh Shah because the manner and the procedure in which the listing took place were, quite murky during those days. And therefore, I don't see any reason why the law is catching up with Jignesh Shah so late. Someday it had to catch up with him.
Yeah. So while you are saying that it is quite delayed, but do you think an arrest was incoming?
Well, as you see now, what is happening is that particularly in violation of law, where large-scale allegations are being made, law is catching up with them. Whoever thought that Vijay Mallya would be facing this kind of a litigation, whoever thought that Chhagan Bhujbal would be facing this kind of money laundering cases, and whoever thought that all the 2G and coal gate cases would be opened up after so many years. So I think ultimately the courts as well as the investigating agencies are coming down heavily upon offenders. And it's time that people who are going astray and who are not complying with the legal requirements need to be worried about what they're doing in life.
Mr. Maneshinde, also there were some big names involved here, a couple of names from SEBI itself, and from what I remember from that time, the case more or less had got on a stalemate. But as you are pointing out, a lot of cases are, yet again coming back now. From where we stand at this point in time, what is the kind of
Well, it was not the NSC, it was the SEBI which I was advising. And I know that even over small issues, Jignesh Shah and his associates were filing cases against the SEBI. And ultimately, even in SEBI, if some guys are involved, in this case, law will catch up with them.
Mr. Maneshinde,
however high a person may be, he is not above the law.
Well,
that was seen in the 2G case, that was seen in the Colgate case, that was seen in all these cases that are being opened up now. It is possible that the CBI was going slow earlier, and now they're going hammer and tong, and obviously because the present dispensation, who are not in power since 2004, cannot be accused of any laxity in the CBI functioning, are now trying to give more teeth to the CBI and more freedom to the CBI. So it's possible.
So as you also said that you were involved quite closely when this case was actually going on. So what's your sense on what kind of an involvement are we looking here, and what is the future course? I mean, what can we expect from here on now?
In Jignesh Shah's case?
Jignesh Shah's case.
Well, I can't really say. I'm not his lawyer, so it's for his lawyers to advise him and take him. And I can assure you one thing for sure, that even if there's a tittle of evidence coming up against him, that will be fought tooth and nail. And I'm sure that CBI would not go to arrest such a person after such a long time unless they have concrete proof against him.
All right, Mr. Maneshinde, your point is well taken. Thank you so much for joining us, for explaining that to us. So this really has been an old case, but as he was pointing out, the law really seems to be catching up. The CBI, if they have arrested Jignesh Shah, as Mr. Maneshinde was pointing out, they would have some evidence, even a smallest of one, and that is the reason the case has picked up yet again, and that is the reason the arrest really has been made. Vitali.
Thanks for that, Manisha. We'll take a